multiplied by
69.
equation is 4 multiplied by the perpendicular distance, okay, at which our force is acting, okay. So that is your torque. What is the unit?
Newton per meter.
Newton meter. Force multiplied by the distance, obviously Newton meter is the unit for that. Now what is the importance of the torque, okay, or why we are finding out the torque? Obviously it is helpful in the stress and the deflection analysis, okay, whether it is a beam or any other particular product, okay, which is undergoing any particular forces, okay. So for that purpose, if you want to go with the deflection or the stress analysis, that time you require the magnitude of the torque, okay. So for that purpose we require the magnitude of the torque. Second one is the power calculation. Torque is associated with the power, okay. So what is the equation of power in terms of torque? Power generated, power produced, or power required, okay, for any machine, okay, that requires the torque. What do you know? What is the equation? 2 pi nt, okay. So 2 pi is obviously for the circumference, okay. N is the revolutions, okay, number of revolutions, okay, and T is obviously the torque, okay. 2 pi nt. Somewhere you will find out the equation 2 pi nt by 60.
36.
Okay. Why that denominator 60? Per second. Revolutions are calculated per second. Sometimes you will find it 2 pi nt by 60,000. Okay. Why that 60,000? No. Why divided by 1000? Because we are
Millisecond.
calculating power in kilowatt. If it is 2 pi nt by 60, okay, it is simply in watt. If you want to calculate, because some of the particular devices, okay, they produces the larger power, so that's why sometimes we calculate the power in watt, in kilowatt, in megawatt, okay. So but generally, if you use only 2 pi nt by 60, that is in watt. If you use 2 pi nt by 60,000, that is kilowatt. That is a simple calculation, okay. So we just need to remember 2 pi nt, okay. If it is 2 pi nt by 60, that is revolution per second, okay, and power is calculated in the watt, right. So what is the conversion of watt in terms of energy? Joule per second. Energy per unit time is nothing but the power, okay. So watt means joule per second. So for the power calculation we require torque. The next one is the performance characteristics of the machine, okay. Performance characteristics, suppose if you are having two particular components, okay, which are used for the same purpose. Just take a simple example of a fan, okay. The fan, obviously to operate the particular fan at certain speed, the shaft is rotating, okay. So we will calculate the performance, okay. That is what is the particular power which will be given by fan A, and what is the particular power which will be given by what is the input power, because we need to supply the power to the fan, okay, because it is a power taking device, okay, power consuming device, okay, and whereas the power generating devices are such as engine, okay, turbines, okay, these are the power generating devices, okay. But if you are having any particular equipment, two different equipments, okay, we will calculate for the same shaft rotation, for the same speed of the shaft rotation, what is the power consumed by product A and what is the power consumed by product B, okay. So likewise the device which consumes the less power and produces the same speed as that of the other device, obviously that is more useful, because that will consume less power. So performance characteristics of the machines during the comparison purpose, that also requires obviously torque. To calculate the power, obviously we require the torque. So that's why these are the three importance of the torque measurement, okay. And what is the device which is used for that? Dynamometer. Have you heard about the dynamometer? Okay, it is used to calculate obviously the torque, right? देखा है dynamometer कभी?
सर कॉन्टैक्ट और नॉन कॉन्टैक्ट होता है.
There are different types of dynamometer which we'll discuss. We'll discuss two different types of the dynamometer. Okay. Nowadays AD current dynamometer is largely used. Okay. In our, if you obviously your thermodynamics practicals are going on right now. Okay. Whenever you will visit E10 lab, okay, that time we are having three engines. Okay. On the extreme right side engine, which is the diesel engine, on that we are having rope brake dynamometer.
Yeah.
While on the other two engines we are having AD current dynamometer. Okay, so dynamometer, okay, what is the function? To calculate the torque. Okay, now how exactly it works? Okay, suppose our flywheel is rotating in the clockwise direction, okay, on the same shaft we are having another flywheel which will rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so dynamometer, in short, it will restrict the power of our output or maybe the input. Now the engines are power producing devices, so that's why it is output. Suppose if you want to calculate the torque for the fan, which is a power consuming device, okay, so you will calculate the power required, power given, okay, and accordingly you will have one more particular device, one more particular flywheel or maybe a shaft, okay, which will also rotate at the same speed but in the reverse direction, and that way we will calculate the torque required, and from the torque we will calculate the power. Okay, so dynamometers are used for the measurement of the torque.
सर ब्रेक टाइम कैलकुलेट करने के लिए ब्रेकिंग में जो टाइम
Yes, braking power के लिए भी yes. So for that also we require the torque. Okay. आपका I think thermodynamics से एक experiment भी होगा.
हाँ
Okay, in that experiment you must have used that equation. Power is equal to 2 pi nt by 60. Okay, so the similar, and in that particular calculation, whenever now you will after this lecture or maybe whenever you will open your manual, thermodynamics manual, okay, you can check in the description, you will find out the rope brake dynamometer. Okay, that we will discuss. Okay, so nature of machine decides the type of the dynamometer to be used. Okay, different machines are having different capabilities. Accordingly, we will use the different dynamometers. So there are three different types of the dynamometer. The first one is the absorption dynamometer. Okay, so absorption dynamometer is generally used, okay, where our device is a power producing device. Okay, so which are the power producing device? Engines or the electric motors. Okay, these are the power producing devices. Okay, or you can take another example like this turbine, maybe a steam turbine, maybe a hydraulic turbine, okay, which produces the power. Okay, so the dynamometers which are used for the devices which produces the power, okay, or which output for those particular devices is a power. That is the dynamometers which are used for such kind of devices is called as the absorption dynamometers. Whereas the second one is the driving dynamometer, the devices which consumes the power. Okay, the devices which consumes the power. Okay, and for those particular devices to measure the torque, and the dynamometers which are used for that purpose are called as the driving dynamometers. Okay, the example is fan, okay, compressors, okay, pump, okay, all these devices require the external power. जहाँ पे भी आपको electrical supply लगेगा, required होगा, okay, obviously all those are the power consuming devices. You can say refrigerator, air conditioning devices, all these are the power consuming devices. Okay, so the dynamometers used for such devices are called as the driving dynamometer. Third one is the transmission dynamometers. Okay, where we are having two particular elements and we are transferring the power from one shaft to the another shaft. Just simply take the example of belt and pulley arrangement. Okay, that is one shaft is continuously rotating. Okay, and we are transferring the power from one shaft to the another shaft by means of belt, by means of gears, okay, or any particular arrangement. Okay, and the dynamometers used in such particular assembly, okay, are transmission dynamometers. Okay, so these are the three different types of the dynamometers. Okay, so the first one type is a torsion bar dynamometer. Yes.
वो सेकंड वाला टाइप समझ नहीं आया ड्राइविंग टाइप
Driving dynamometers, that is the diameter which is used, okay, wherever the devices those consumes the power. Take the example of a fan. Fan is a device, okay. अब fan work आपका जब shaft कब rotate होगा, जब external power दोगे तब. आपका रेफ्रिजरेटर कब होगा, जब आप एक्सटर्नल पावर दोगे तब. आपका कंप्रेसर कब रन होगा, जब आप एक्सटर्नल पावर दोगे तो. ओके, तो ये सब डिवाइसेस है कि जो पावर कंज्यूम करते हैं. ओके, उस पर्टिकुलर डिवाइसेस में जहां पे भी डायनामोमीटर यूज होता है, ओके, दैट कम्स अंडर द ड्राइविंग डायनामोमीटर. नाउ व्हाई वी आर हैविंग दिस क्लासिफिकेशंस? ओके, बिकॉज द पावर प्रोड्यूसिंग विल गिव यू आउटपुट इन टर्म्स ऑफ रोटेशन ऑफ अ शाफ्ट. जनरली मैकेनिकल पावर मिलेगी, वेदर इट इज अ इंजन, नॉर्मल इंजन, ऑब्वियसली वी आर हैविंग अ रेसिप्रोकेटिंग पावर. ओके, जब इंजन से आपको पावर मिलती है तो इंजन रेसिप्रोकेट होता है, सो यू आर गेटिंग अ लीनियर पावर. बट वी आर हैविंग अ क्रैंकशाफ्ट व्हिच इज अटैच्ड टू द पिस्टन. Okay, that reciprocating power gets converted into the rotary motion. Okay, so finally we are getting a rotating power. Okay, so that is the output. Similarly, if you take the hydraulic turbine or maybe a steam turbine, okay, in these particular conditions we are getting a mechanical power, that is a rotating motion. Okay, तो वहाँ पे install करना absorption dynamometers easy है. Okay, it is just a simple classification. Okay, it is not, it doesn't mean that torsion bar dynamometer will be used only for the power producing, or this another part which will be used only for the absorption. Okay,
So
just a
it is the
classification
classification based on the uses कि
based on the devices.
डिवाइस ही पूरा अलग है वैसा.
No,
यूज ही ऐसा होता है या फिर
use नहीं, ये just classification है. Okay, suppose for example a torsion bar dynamometer, okay, which can be used for the engines, or it can also be used for the pump. Okay, so it doesn't mean that the torsion bar will come only in the absorption or it will come only in the driving. Okay, there can be a dynamometer which will come in both the categories. Okay, but a dynamometer, okay, which is used for the power producing devices, that is called as the absorption dynamometers.
तो सर
Okay.
वो तो सिर्फ एक डिवाइस है ना जो पावर
It is just a simple you can say simple terminology. Okay, that absorption dynamometers are those which are used for power producing devices, and driving dynamometers are those which are used for power consuming devices. But one particular diameter can also be used for both the particular different types. Okay, so a simple terminology. Okay, so don't focus on these particular things. Okay, generally we are more concerned with the actual working of the dynamometers. Okay, so the first type is the torsion bar dynamometer. Okay, so the elastic deflection of the transmitting element may be used for the measurement of the torque. Okay, that is the elastic displacement. Okay, so maybe it can be a rope arrangement, it can be the belt arrangement. Okay, so wherever if you are using a belt rope, okay, the obviously elastic deformation deflection of that rope will be used. Okay, if you are using a belt, okay, if you are using a spring, okay, but obviously spring cannot be used, okay, because it will go permanent deformation. Okay, so but the main problem associated with either case is the difficulty in reading the deflection of the rotating shaft. Okay, for that purpose we are having certain different arrangements, okay, that we will discuss. Okay, a torsion bar dynamometer is also known as the torsion bar torque meter because it is used to measure the torque, which employs optical methods for the deflection measurement. So the difficulty over here in the reading. Okay, so to properly read those particular readings we are having the optical measurement, optical methods for the deflection measurement. That is, what is the deflection which has already undergone with that application of the load, with the application of the load. Okay, so generally we are concerned about the deflection. Okay, so once we get the deflection, ultimately we will get the force and ultimately we will get the torque. Okay, so the calibrated scales are used to read the relative angular displacement of the two sections of the torsion bar. I will show it. Okay, so this is possible because of the stroboscopic effect. What is stroboscopic effect? Anyone knows? Have you heard this name? Stroboscopic effect. It is a particular type of an illusion, okay, which generally converts, okay, a rotating motion into a linear motion. Okay, that is called as a stroboscopic effect. Okay, generally इसमें difficulty क्या होती है कि जो relative angular displacement है ना उसके लिए. So stroboscopic effect is generally used, okay, in effect of intermittent viewing. Okay, so यहाँ पे जो भी observer है, जो भी जो visualize करेगा ना, तो जो rotate हो रहा है उसको वो linear form में convert करेगा. Okay, that is called as the stroboscopic effect. And
screw भी use कर
sorry, and the
ball screw.
persistent of vision. What is persistent of vision? Have you heard this word? Persistence of vision.
motion ने rotating motion
That is to hold the image at one particular point. Suppose if you are continuously waving the hand, okay, but obviously you require the position of the hand at this particular point. You are waving it from this point to this point, and obviously at a larger speed. Okay, so persistent of vision means to fix the object at one point and then observe it. Okay, similarly our particular rod is rotating at a faster speed and we want to observe the particular scale. Okay, so this particular persistence of vision is used in the by using the optical method. Okay, so that you will get a constant, okay, reading at one particular point. Okay, so the stroboscopic effect, it means to convert the angular motion, okay, into the linear one, and persistent of vision means obviously, okay, to have or to pause a particular waving object, okay, and to observe it constantly. Okay, so to pause a particular waving object, that is called as persistence of vision generally. So this is your torsion bar dynamometer. As you can see that this is your rod, okay, or a particular bar which is continuously rotating. And what is our aim? Our aim is to calculate the torque. Okay. Now you can see that over here we are having a three particular observers. The first one is obviously the transparent scale. Second one is the transparent index mark and the vernier. And the third one is slot for the stroboscopic effect. Okay. So whenever you will, the observer will see that particular object. Okay. And you can see the light source. Okay. Just an optical method to observe or to take the accurate reading. But still, it is the least accurate method out of all the available methods of the dynamometers. Okay. Still you will get some kind of the error over here. So, and the observer, okay, will generally, these particular readings will get reflected over here and the observer will get a reading.
So ये समझ में नहीं आएगा हम कैसे करेंगे प्रिंसिपल समझ में
Yes, see, this is your particular rod. Okay, suppose that this is a shaft which is rotating. Okay, and you need to calculate the torque for that particular shaft. Okay, so now we are having a different elements which are attached to this shaft. Okay, you can see this multiple arrangement over here. Okay, so this one particular bar which is also attached to this one. Okay, from the externally. Okay, and as this particular rotates, okay, ultimately it will pass the signal over here, and that signal will be sent by the light source. Okay, and it will be then transmitted to the optical scale. So we'll be having an optical scale. So what we want the linear displacement. So ultimately the torque we have to calculate, that is the applied force for particular distance, and then ultimately what we are measuring through this method, the deflection which is taking place. Okay, so if you get the deflection, then it is having a particular equation. Reciprocating, very good. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Reciprocating measure करते हैं. Okay, उससे वो conversion होगा. That is there is a conversion factor between that particular linear displacement and your force or your torque.
तो RPM जैसा थोड़ा सिमिलर हुआ ना.
It is just similar to that of the tachometer.
हाँ tachometer.
Okay, that is similar to the tachometer.
तो उससे
tachometer का function जो है वही.
frequently वो
Exactly.
on off हो रहा है.
Yes, yes.
तो
It is
तो speed ही समझ में आएगा power कैसा है.
Sorry.
तो उससे तो सिर्फ speed समझ में आएगा power कैसे समझ में आएगा.
टॉर्क ज्यादा होगा तो रेसिप्रोकेट ज्यादा करेगा.
हाँ, जिसकी
मतलब
स्पीड होगी ना उसके अकॉर्डिंगली वो डिफ्लेक्शन होगा. ओके,
तो मतलब
बट
speed
दिस
is
इज
equal to power हो गया इसमें.
एज ऑफ नाउ. ओके, जो भी इक्विपमेंट्स है ना, दिस इज जनरली यूज ओनली फॉर द सिंपल अरेंजमेंट्स. ओके, इट इज सिंपल फीचर. ओके, एंड ऑब्वियसली इफ यू यूज इट विद द माइक्रोस्कोप, ऑप्टिकल माइक्रोस्कोप और मे बी द ऑप्टिकल मेथड, ओके, इट अगेन इंक्रीजेस द कॉस्ट. So that's why this is not used nowadays. Okay, so for that purpose the another option, okay, is our second method, that is Prony brake dynamometer. Okay, so Prony brake dynamometer comes into the two parts. Okay, that is the wooden blocks and the rope brake. So now you have seen the rope brake dynamometer.
Yes,
okay, in the thermodynamics lab. Okay, so Prony brake dynamometer to measure the engine power. Okay, a Prony brake dynamometer is one of the simplest, inexpensive and the most popular absorption dynamometer. Okay, but the more largely used dynamometer nowadays is servo control dynamometer. Okay, which is called as AD current dynamometer. Okay, which uses the electrical signals. Okay, they don't have these kind of arrangements. Okay, only another wheel is attached which reciprocates in the reverse direction. Okay, so whenever the time permits, okay, we can visit the lab and I will show you the actual working where the dynamometer wheel is there. Or whenever you will visit, okay, just observe the 4-stroke 4-cylinder petrol engine, okay, as well as the diesel engine. There are two diesel engines. एक वेरिएबल कॉम्प्रेशन रेशियो डीजल इंजन है और एक नॉर्मल डीजल इंजन है कि जहां पे रोप ब्रेक डायनामीटर है. ओके, द राइट साइड वन नियर टू द वॉल is the rope brake dynamometer. The engine has the rope brake dynamometer where we are using the rope and we are having a particular scale. Okay, what is the deflection which is taking place. And the second one, okay, on the variable compression ratio engine as well as the petrol engine, both of them are having the AD current dynamometers, and we are having a AD current wheel, AD current dynamometers wheel for the AD current dynamometer which is installed. Along with that we are having multiple sensors which are equipped over there. Okay, so the sensors are used. That is called as a servo control टाइप ऑफ डायनामोमीटर. हाँ,
तो उसमें मुझे याद है तो आई गेस मैंने देखा था डिस्क जैसा था डायनामोमीटर.
एग्जैक्टली, एक फ्लाईव्हील होता है.
हाँ.
ओके, दैट इज द डायनामोमीटर फ्लाईव्हील.
ओके,
ओके, तो वो जनरली मेजर करते हैं. अब जो रियल ऑटोमोबाइल होता है जो अभी रियल मूविंग कार में तो हम एक शाफ्ट पे ऐसे दो लगा नहीं सकते, ओके तो वहां पे एक शॉर्ट डिस्क होती है और वो कंटिन्यूसली जैसे ही रोटेट होती रहती है, उसके बेसिस पे जो भी अपने सेंसर्स होते हैं, दे सेंसेस द पर्टिकुलर मोशन एंड अकॉर्डिंगली वी कैलकुलेट द टॉर्क। ओके, तो आपको जनरली आरपीएम ही मिलता है, टॉर्क तो आपको मैन्युअली कैलकुलेट करनी पड़ेगी।
कार में कोई ना जरूरत है डायनामो।
कार में जरूरत नहीं, बट मैं ऐसे जस्ट बोल रहा हूँ कि अगर आपको टॉर्क कैलकुलेट करना है एक पर्टिकुलर रीडिंग पे, ओके ये तो स्टेशनरी इक्विपमेंट है, इसका पर्पज ही वही है कि पावर कैलकुलेशन। ओके, इफ यू वैरी द कॉम्प्रेशन रेशो, नाउ you must not be knowing about the compression ratio, you know
टॉप डेड मूवमेंट,
it is the ratio of the maximum volume to the minimum volume। okay, जितना ज्यादा compression ratio उतनी ज्यादा power, higher the compression ratio higher will be the power obtained। okay, so for that particular purpose our that setup, the aim of that particular setup is to give you an idea about the power consumption, okay, with the change in the compression ratio, with the change in the fuel consumption and all other things। okay, but real automobile में जहाँ पे moving vehicles है वहाँ पे हमें जरूरत नहीं है, right? But wherever we are having those such particular equipments, okay, we can use a particular smaller disc and which is equipped with the sensors and the feedback loop system, that is called as servo controlled type of the dynamometers, which is its familiar or its widely used name is AD current dynamometer। Again, that is AD is the name of the scientist, EDDY, okay, which is not in our syllabus. Our syllabus has only these two types of the dynamometers, so that's why I not covered in the slide, okay, but that is the particular diameter which is largely used everywhere, okay, and another one is the Prony brake dynamometer. So it is a mechanical type of device that depends on dry friction wherein mechanical energy is converted into the heat, okay. Let us see the working. Now you can see this is the particular arm, okay, or you can say the particular shaft which is rotating, okay. The force is applied over here. As you can see, there are two ends, okay. One end, now these wooden blocks are also two. One is attached on the arm or one is attached on the shaft, while other end is on the other part, that is exactly opposite. So it comprises the two wooden blocks that are mounted on the either side of the flywheel in diametrically opposite direction, that is opposite to each other they are mounted, and this is your flywheel। flywheel के दोनों opposite direction पे mount किए हैं। The flywheel is attached to the shaft whose power needs to be determined। This particular flywheel is attached to this particular shaft for which we want to calculate the power। The lever arm is fixed to on the one block, this is the fixed one, okay, and the other arm is connected to an arrangement provided to tighten the rope, okay. So here we are having either we have the rope or we have the wooden bars, okay, which are used to tighten the particular engine flywheel, this flywheel। So tightening of the rope is performed in order to enhance the frictional resistance between block and the flywheel, to properly tight this particular flywheel with the engine block, okay, and that will obviously give you the exact power
रीड किधर जनरेट होती है?
in between the flywheel and the wooden block।
फ्लाईव्हील टॉर्क मतलब शाफ्ट से घूमता है।
sorry, flywheel
शाफ्ट से घूमता है।
शाफ्ट से मींस, हाँ ऑब्वियसली जो भी आपकी पावर प्रोड्यूस हो रही है ना, ओके, दैट इज ये जो शाफ्ट रोटेट होगा तो ऑब्वियसली उसके अकॉर्डिंगली फ्लाईव्हील रोटेट होगा। अगर कोई भी एक ये जो आपका फैन है, ओके, ये शाफ्ट रोटेट हो रहा है, जो वर्टिकल है ना वो रोटेट हो रहा है, उस पे आपने ब्लेड लगा दी है। सिंपली कोई भी एक पावर आपको मिल रही है, जैसे आपके ऑटोमोबाइल में भी वही है कि आपका एक शाफ्ट रोटेट होता है, उस पे आपने फ्लाईव्हील लगा दिया है बस, ओके, तो आपका शाफ्ट रोटेट होगा तो अल्टीमेटली फ्लाईव्हील भी रोटेट होगा, सिमिलर टू द फैन। ओके, ये एक्सपेरिमेंटल पर्पस के लिए वो आपका फ्लाईव्हील लगाया हुआ है।
और सर वुड के बीयर का क्या?
Yes, that was a disadvantage which we are having the next slide for that. Here is the disadvantage of this method. So the torque exerted will be force multiplied by this distance. Okay. So the force can be measured conveniently using the load cells or the balances, which we have already discussed measurement of the forces. Okay, and the power distributed will be calculated by using 2 pi nt by 60. If you can replace the torque by using force into the perpendicular distance. Okay, that will be in the bar. Now the limitations. It is unstable. Okay, because of the tightening. Difficult to adjust or maintain the constant load. Okay, by means of just friction, you cannot maintain the constant load at all the times. Wear of the wooden block causes variation in the coefficient of the friction. That is obviously will be the is the particular reason. Okay, which restricts the use of this particular technique. Okay, but wherever we are having a limitations about the budget, okay, or a simplicity in the construction, Okay, that type these are used. Coefficient of friction reduces due to the increase in the temperature, which may lead to brake failure. That's why cooling is required. You must have seen each and every rope brake diameter requires the cooling.
Cooling.
Okay, so cooling is mandatory. Okay, wherever you are having the wooden blocks or rope and brake diameter, because the friction will be high and there will be a rise in the temperature. Okay, that's why it requires the cooling. Variation in the coefficient of friction causes difficulty in taking readings. That's why it becomes the unstable system. Okay, so in short, these are used for the moderate purposes, not for the particular application where we require the accurate measurement of the torque. Okay, and wherever accurate measurement is required, everywhere the servo controlled type of the dynamiters, okay, which is called as the eddy current dynameter, that will come in your syllabus in design of machine element subject. Eddy current dynameter. Okay, that is a larger topic. A closed loop system is used, sensors are used. Okay, and with that particular method, okay, we generally measure the torque. Right?
So this diagram, if you ask, we have to draw in it.
Yes, obviously this diagram is required.
Okay.
Okay. So this is about the only two